handsome, I think. Plus, I like Venice a lot.
You can tell by strolling around Lee Godfrey's Houston home, he appreciates quality artwork.
Chardonnay and white burgundy's over here, and dessert wine is back here.
He also loves good wine. But if you ask Lee, he'll tell you one of the finest things in life is being a trial lawyer. He's a good one. Lee is consistently voted one of the best lawyers in America by his peers.
Well, I try to get as down to earth with the jury as I can. I think the lawyer's job is to take a complicated mass of material and make it understandable to the average person.
Lee is one of the 2 managing partners of the Susman Godfrey law firm, which has grown to include almost 100 attorneys, with offices in Houston, Dallas, Seattle, and New York.
Building an infringement case that could be used against a current client.
Lee routinely handles multi-million-dollar cases. Lee was born in 1939 in Palestine, Texas. His parents taught him the values of working hard, playing by the rules, and forming his own opinion.
We didn't have a television set, but we had, every Sunday morning, we had Houston Chronicle, Houston Post, Houston Press, San Antonio Light, and we all sat down, my dad, my mom, my sister, and me, and read them. And my father would say, well, what do you think of that? Or what would you have done if you had been in that situation?
Those discussions put Lee on the path to law school. But it was not a straight path. Lee started college at Tulane, transferred to Texas A&M, and finally UT before leaving school to join the Air Force. 4 years later, he returned to UT to finish his bachelor's degrees in chemistry and English. In a 17th century poetry class, he met Sandy Sheen.
First day of class, I said, I'm gonna see if I can't get a seat over here next to this very attractive young lady, and I did. And 43 years on, it's still a very exciting relationship.
Lee and Sandy married in 1966. Sandy worked as a teacher to pay Lee's way through UT Law School.
For $100 a semester, I got Charles Allen Wright, I got Albert Jones, I got Wayne Thode, I got Dean Keaton, I got Gus Hodges. Those professors and that faculty taught us a whole different way of looking at and thinking about things.
Lee earned his law degree in 1969 and began a storied career in civil litigation. He won landmark class action lawsuits against companies like Chevron and Shell. Lee won a judgment against the world's largest oil producers who were underpaying royalties to the state of Texas and investors. Another case he tried resulted in the creation of Mustang Island State Park near Port Aransas. Along the way, Lee and Sandy made many generous donations, especially to Houston's Arts District and the UT School of Law.
It's important to give back. God knows the profession has been kind to me, and the university has been more than kind to me.
In 1996, President Clinton asked Lee to be his ambassador to Brazil. Lee was honored, but reluctantly decided the timing wasn't right. If you asked him what he was most proud of, Lee will likely say his family. His daughter Lindsay followed his footsteps by becoming managing editor of the UT Law Review and an attorney.
And then, of course, I have the true stars in my heaven, which are my grandchildren, Thomas Lee and Isabella, who live in Seattle.
Lee bought a home in Seattle just so he could spend more time with them. Tonight, we honor a Texas Exes Life member who has blossomed into one of the best trial lawyers in the country and still manages to take time to stop and smell life's bouquet.
Smells good to me.
Lee Godfrey, Distinguished Alumnus of the University of Texas at Austin.